Hello, everyone. Welcome back to BSG Online. I'm TrashaPlays, and coming up right now, we got Tony Cordatos with Disney's Lilo and Stitch. Take it away.
Aloha, everyone. So, welcome. This is Disney's Lilo and Stitch for the PlayStation 1. There is a PC version of this game, which you could play, but unfortunately, because the game is not well designed for modern platforms, we're playing the PS1 version, which is what the PC version was based on. So, in any case, I'm ready when Tech is ready. I think we're good. Okay. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this game is basically based on the movie. It has cutscenes from the movie. Unfortunately, we will be skipping those because they don't really pertain to the actual plot of the game. The idea is that we just go through levels. We fight a couple of bosses. We have a race, actually, which is kind of funny. It's pretty much like a boss fight, which we'll see later. So for the most part, we utilize two abilities. The Voodoo Doll, which, yes, was in the movie. The typical attack. But we also will utilize Bum Bash, which is what the tutorial also shows there on screen. Bum Bash is actually really useful for the fight coming up after this level. We have to fight golems in some of the levels to advance and unlock the area that we're supposed to go, that the game wants us to go. So what we tend to do is we typically use the Voodoo to get the golem to the last health and then just use a Bum Bash to finish it off. And also get us closer to the actual point that we're supposed to be going. So for the most part, this game doesn't have any crazy skips besides one that will show at the end. So yeah, we got this first fight here. Unfortunately, they didn't design them to be that good. The idea is that this guy has to hit first, and then when he hits, you can actually attack him. Otherwise, his hitbox is not there. You can't actually damage him. And unfortunately, no, we cannot damage him multiple amount of times. We have to actually wait for him to attack, or basically dodge the attack to be able to attack back. So we also play as Stitch. Of course, Lilo and Stitch makes sense. And we basically have a really good mechanic with Stitch, which allows us to actually go fast. And it's coffee. And basically what this does is when we fill up the coffee meter, Stitch will start to go, have a sugar rush. And we pretty much use this to advance faster and also not get hit in some instances. But unfortunately, enemies can still attack you, or rather damage you when using it. So we have to use it sparingly. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy besides just a little bit of coffee management, like you also do in real life. You gotta manage your coffee. But yeah, we just kill some enemies to get coffee. You'll see me do that a lot. If I can get extra coffee, I will, to make sure that I go faster compared to if I didn't. So yeah. Pretty standard stuff, two characters, different abilities with, each one. I would say Stitch is a lot better in regards to movement because Lilo is basically just a normal speed. You can also do two different things with both, with Lilo. I forgot to do a Bum Bash there. It's fine. You can basically grab things with Lilo if you press the square button, and you can also use a spin attack with Stitch. Unfortunately, both are very slow. The spin attack that Stitch does, it's a Crash Bandicoot game, after all. Sorry, Crash clone, my bad. It's very slow. The wind up for it is very slow, so we basically avoid using that, and we spit on enemies instead. Which sounds funny, but it actually works a lot better. unfortunately, the spin attack is just not as good. Some enemies we also tend to avoid. That plant enemy that hit me there, you know, I intentionally try and avoid it. Unfortunately, you can't guarantee that you always avoid the plant enemies. They have a really annoying hitbox that even if you're like slightly away from them, they still manage to get you, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics. Now we just basically do a jump here. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. We grab this painting. So yeah, every level wants us to grab a specific item. We basically grab, I can't make it there, so I have to wait for it. So every level wants us to grab either a painting or a vinyl record or a tracker device, which we'll grab later. And we actually need those to advance through the levels, these levels specifically. And yeah, we pretty much just grab all 4 of them. There are only 4 objects, so, you know, 4 key items, I guess. Oh my god, of course I had to die there. I should have grabbed the extra health there, but it's fine. It's okay. Before anyone asks, no, you cannot, like, even if you attack an enemy with the voodoo doll, you still get hit regardless if you are the first one to attack. There's some really weird stuff with the hitboxes, and unfortunately they're not as consistent. So it's either you just get hit and move on, or you basically, you know, gamble to to try and, like, you know, get the hit on the enemy and not get hit. So it's a bit unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. Can't really do much about it. Even if you bum bash the enemies, you still get hit. So regardless of whatever you choose, you will get hit for sure, because they don't have good hit detection. So, you know. So now we have the first golem enemy with, second with Stitch. We will also find 2 of these that we have to fight in some spots. We actually tend to clear them right away instead of just going ahead and leaving the one golem for when we come back to that specific area, because it's much faster, and we also have a map that the game gives us, so we can just teleport to the next location that we're supposed to go. So it's a lot, you know, it's a lot better to just finish the job while you're at it instead of just leaving the golem. So yeah, this is Melly Beach. This level is unreal. There's falling logs that do not care about your positioning. So we basically have to try and avoid them. You know, of course, like I mentioned, hit detection is, actually hitboxes rather, are just a bit painful sometimes. So I try to avoid them the best I can. So yeah, for the most part, like I mentioned, coffee management is important. You can also do a bounce with Stitch, which I try to go for, because it allows me to get more coffee and reserve more coffee. So yeah, you'll see me try and do that as much as I can to not spend as much coffee. Also, in some instances, it's better to use coffee than just wait for platforms, but if we can't really advance fast, you know, we just have to wait, basically. Here, for example, it's like it doesn't really make a lot of sense to use coffee there. You just have to jump at the platform, you're good. But yeah, I think this is a really good, you know, Crash clone. Unfortunately, again, there is like no big plot besides the fact that, you know, it just kind of follows the story beats of the movie. If you've never watched the movie, I don't know what to tell you. You should have. It's a really good movie. But yeah, other than that, we're done with Melly Beach.
Do you have time for a donation?
Sure, go for it. We have this very interesting race up, so go for it.
Thank you very much. We've got €6 from Ugyu, who says, "Good luck, Tony, and also stay hydrated, friends." Thank you very much for that donation.
Thank you very much. Stay hydrated. Okay, so we have this section, which is the Myrtle boss fight. I I guess you could call it a boss fight. It's not exactly a boss fight. It's literally a race to the finish line. So I don't know why they thought, Lilo shouldn't get a bike, or a tricycle in that case. She should be walking because she is stronger, makes sense, but no, it really doesn't. This level is basically just there to have a boss fight, quote unquote, with Myrtle. So, nothing crazy going on, just going forward and we're done. This level is just go right, and that's pretty much it. Nothing else. Just jump on top of barrels, exploding barrels. It's also really funny that Myrtle runs into those. I don't know why you'd do that. You'd probably want to win the race, but maybe you don't. Maybe you're just, I don't know, a stickler for losing. I'm not sure. But yeah, now we got the interesting chase sections. The game sometimes will give us sections like these where, just like Crash Bandicoot, you can basically, you have the camera forward and you have to basically avoid this big thing that's definitely from the movie, 100%. Definitely not something that was created for this game. I don't know what you're talking about. So here we actually have to use coffee to go fast, but unfortunately there are pits that we can fall into. So I try to make sure that I don't use it as often because those pits can actually hurt if we fall in. The good thing is the game actually is so janky that even though you fall in a pit, you can actually go ahead and jump after the fact and you basically are safe. So as long as you keep the stick forward and you just jump as soon as you fall in the pit, you're good. That doesn't mean you won't get sniped by an enemy or, in some later areas and you won't fall in. So keep that in mind. Just some, food for thought, I guess. Do be careful. So yeah, now we have the, this section where we have two golems. This is what I was talking about earlier. We have two fights. They're pretty boring, so if we got anything, we can throw in right now. Now is the right time.
We do.
Okay.
We want to thank ESA for supporting the event and for allowing us to stream on their channel. By using your free monthly Prime Gaming subscription on the ESA channel, you can unlock access to a range of exclusive ESA and BSG emotes while simultaneously showing support for both events.
Okay, really good stuff. So now we got another beach level because, of course, we couldn't get enough. We're in Hawaii, so, makes sense. So for the most part, again, all these sections, they just have enemies. We also see the ice cream guy from the movie. I forgot to mention that. He makes an appearance in the game twice, in fact. One of them is oh god, I didn't get the jump. Oops. I was supposed to get the vinyl record there. It's fine. It can happen. So he actually makes a second appearance. If you grab spoons, some sad spoons. Well, they're not exactly sad spoons, but the icon leads me to believe that it is a sad spoon. We don't actually tend to use them frequently in the run, besides two spots where some of the enemies are very annoying. And so to deal with them fast and not actually risk getting hit and dying, we tend to use them, but not so frequently, unless we really have to. So look at that, Scorpion. It's really good stuff. As you can tell, they really put a lot of budget in the level design. So, this is the sad spoon I was talking about there. The classic, that definitely happened in the movie. I remember that. It's funny because that power-up, basically, what happens is when you use it, the ice cream guy actually falls down to the enemy and crushes the enemy. But the funny thing is that he's chilling on his, sunbed. So I don't know why, but it's very specific. You'll see later. It's pretty funny. It's a cute reference. Like, hey, you watched the movie, you remember that part? It's really cool. So yeah, we just kind of cheese death there, grab the vinyl record, and there you go. Another beach level done. Okay, so now we don't have anything to do besides the fact that we unlocked a level earlier. So what we do is we basically just teleport to where we're supposed to go, because that works. Don't ask questions. It just does. So yeah, this level is not that bad. Some levels later are actually pretty annoying. The next Stitch level is actually kind of bad. This level can also be egregious a little bit because you have a lot of enemies. They kind of, I don't know why, they just, you know, of course, with great budget comes great enemy placement. Legit though, they just put so many enemies on some of these levels that I don't understand the thought behind it. They want you to either dodge them or attack them or just grab the spoons. Like, I'm not really sure. Like this guy, for example. Why is he there? I'm not sure, but he is. So yeah, there's a lot of, you know, like I mentioned, there's a lot of enemies that you have to deal with. Sometimes, again, it's better to get hit rather than just actually try to hit them back. And for the sake of going fast, you know, taking hits, it's not that bad. We also grab a lot of extra lives throughout the levels, so we should be fine for the most part. Doesn't mean you can't game over, though. But hey, it's really hard to do so. I'd say, if you know where to go and what to do. Also, there are these platforms that we have to kind of wait. Unfortunately, we can't go as fast. They're on a cycle, so we kind of we have to pretty much just go as fast as we can. But you know, that is kind of, you know, debatable. You can't exactly go as fast as you want in this game. You kind of have to go with the flow. Like here, I can't climb up because this hedgehog will actually get me, so I have to wait for him. Like I said, janky hitboxes, you know? The classic staple of the PS1 era of games. But yeah, it is what it is. We just power through it, and there you go. Another level done. Also, look at Jumba. It's so funny. They just put these like screenshots from the movie. It's so good. Some of the expressions are just like me when I run this game. I know, I'm sorry. It's the most cliche thing, but legit though. That's how I feel. But hey, this game is really fun. Very easy to pick up if you wanna give it a shot. So yeah. Oh, oops. Come on. I'll just. Oh god, I'm stuck. Okay. The game said no. I just have to spit on him. Yeah, so when you do a bum bash, for some reason, even though you just try to hit that spot, the game will sometimes not register that. It'll be like, oh, you actually hit the ground, not the enemy. So, jank. I'm sorry. We need to have like a counter or something for that. Anyhow. Yeah, for the most part, this is Guava River. This is actually one of the most annoying levels because of these robots. I absolutely despise them. Why, you may ask? Because they just jump on you from like great length. Like they just have like huge distance that they cover, and it's really annoying. But thankfully, you know, coffee and spitting on them gets rid of them, so it's all good. Okay. Now we just have to double bounce a lot when we use coffee to kind of try and save as much as we can. I also will hit some enemies where I can to... oops. Oh well. Let me try that again. Oopsie. Yeah, unfortunately that happened, and I died. Well, thanks, video game. Thank God I got that checkpoint. But yeah. This game is... can be a pain sometimes. Like here, for example, like you get hit too many times, or, you know, you just get bad luck. Kind of goes both ways, you know. Can't really do much about it. We have to wait for this platform because I can't use coffee since I died. The idea of using coffee is you have to actually fill up the meter first. Then, if you have any left, upon using it the first time, and it's not completely drained, then you can use it again, but it's still for a short amount of time. Not, you know, the full length, obviously. Okay, so... yeah, I still cannot use coffee. I didn't get enough. Dang, this is really slow. It's alright. Hey, this game can be unforgiving sometimes. It may not look as challenging, but I can assure you that if you actually try and go fast, there is definitely a challenge to be had. So, you know, it is what it is. And now comes another chase section. Jumba. I hate this section. It sucks. You want to know why? Because he has a gun, or rather a blaster. We have to do jumping jacks. Kidding, but not really, actually. We have to jump a lot because he shoots you, and if you're on the ground, you know, you might get shot. So this section can be really unforgiving, but thankfully, so far it's looking... oh, never mind. Jinxed it a little bit. Yeah, so, of course, you know, same thing as the movie, point where Jumbo wants to get Stitch, but now it's in glorious PS1 definition. You guys like that, right? You like to see the pixels. I love it. But yeah, he also yells a bunch of stuff, you know, which is really funny. He just chases you and says a bunch of nonsense, you know, which is really funny. But now we go back to Lilo's house. You might be saying, is it done already? No. We actually have a couple more levels. We got to get the tracking devices. So, yeah. Hiayu Valley. This level sucks. Unfortunately, it's not as good because we have a lot of moving platforms. And some of the tracking device placement is just... I'll just let the level speak for itself. Like, you're going to see in a second. It's like, this level shouldn't be hard. It can actually be really hard. So hopefully we won't face any issues. But yeah, if there's anything that you might want to read, go for it.
We would like to remind you that aside from BSG events and their own marathons, ESA hosts many other events across Europe, including British UKSG, Hackathon, and more. So be sure to drop a follow to see whenever something is live.
Cool. So now we grab one of these spoons that I mentioned earlier, because... oh, wow. Nice hitbox. Because there are these enemies, this plant enemy specifically, that, of course, you know, is kind of in an annoying spot. It's like right dead center, so we kind of, you know, since the spoon is right there, we just grab it and get rid of it. Unfortunately, these meteors are bad. Well, they're not exactly meteors, but, you know, whatever, rocks. They're really bad. They have, like, really bad hitboxes, so... jumping to that platform and then to the rest of the area is like, oof, it's so bad. Oh my god, what is happening? I can't get the jump off. Oh my god. This is great. Listen, this level is peak game design, okay? Trust me. I can confidently say this is the best level of the game. No sarcasm. I'm serious. But yeah, there we go. Don't know why I struggled that much. Anyway, that spot, it can actually be really bad because, unfortunately, like I mentioned, the hitbox of some of the objects, and especially enemies, is just terrible. They really don't care where you are, how far you are, they can still just, like, obliterate you. Especially these guys right here. Which is why we also get a second spoon, and I used it too early. Ah, that's fine. I'll wait for it. I'll play it safe. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk dying again to this level. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, this level is, like, not good. If you try and, like, go really fast, you'll either die a lot, or you're just gonna get unlucky either way. So, you know, everyone hates that level. But now we got 2 more golem fights. Because of course we do. Thankfully, we don't see that many of these after this part. We actually get 1 more fight with Stitch, and then we're close to the end. So thank God they didn't do like 1,000 golem fights. Thank Lord, because these guys are just not fun to fight. You just have to dodge their attacks. Oh, thanks, man. He literally just got like the upper hand. I couldn't do anything there. He just decided, hey, I'm gonna throw fireballs at you. Gonna be rude. That's fine. That's all right. Okay. I'm right there. What the heck? He doesn't see me. He's like searching for me. But you have to go like a little bit forward towards him. Can I? Okay. I'll just hit him normally. Yeah, like I mentioned, we use Bump Bash to actually go closer to the trigger for the next area, which is why I typically do it. I just don't really like to do it as much because, you know, you might miss the hitbox. Pally Trail is, oh man. Where do I even begin? This is a 2D section that is, it's kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. They use these moving platforms. Deceptively, this platform right here that I'm supposed to jump, also breakdancing Stitch. This platform right there that I jumped towards can be really deceptive in the sense that you might want to go fast and like jump towards the platform. I'm waiting for this guy. Oh, he saw me. Okay, cool. Thanks, video game. Yeah, so it's really deceptive because you're essentially trying to go to that platform, but because it gets really high up, you can't actually reach it. So even though you try to go as fast, the game says no. You won't climb the platform. You will actually fall to your doom. So, yeah. That's a bit unfortunate. Oh god. Do not fall in between. You can actually fall in between those platforms. There we go. That was very close. I almost got shot. Thankfully I didn't, but still. Okay. So yeah, we just grabbed the rest of the tracking devices, kill this guy because he can be really annoying. And then we just finish Pally Trail. Can I climb up? Yep, ladders, everyone. They are the best. Well, they want to be. Okay, so we're close to the end. We just have one more golem fight and 2 levels with Stitch, Cabo Caves, and the final boss, and then we just have a level with Lilo. So, yeah. Look at this guy's design. He's so menacing. My god. I definitely remember that from the movie. That happened. I remember this guy in the movie. Halfway through. Okay. So yeah, I didn't use Bum Bash just to play it a little bit safe because, you know, hitboxes are not being kind to me. That is the best face of Stitch, or expression rather. He's so cute. Okay. Cop Caves is... Ooh. It can be really great, but can also be a nightmare near the end because there's a lot of enemies near the end, and the game will definitely try and kill me. So, yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag, I'd say, for the most part, but it should be fine, hopefully. Kill this guy. We can do a trick here where we basically go to the water like we actually did on the previous levels, and we can just continue going through the river, but the camera changes, or rather pans in a different way, so you get tank controls. We actually use that for the final boss. It's a really good strat. Also, why did I attempt that jump? Oops. I was thinking of a later area. That's fine. Yeah, so we basically use this on the final level because if you get hit and then you fall in the lava, you actually have some a few iframes to actually go towards the truck that you're supposed to stand on. So it's a bit weird how it works, but pretty much if you get it first try, it saves a lot more time than going the normal way. So this is the part that I was mentioning earlier. It's kind of annoying with... Oh god, I fell in the pit. That's fine. The game spawns me back. And yeah, you'll see it in a bit. Now we got the final level with Lilo. And it's a chase level, of course. You know, we got so many chase levels with Stitch, might as well have some for Lilo, right? And this is my favorite level because all you hear is two things. Lilo, stay there. Come here. And it repeats over and over. So enjoy. Have fun. It's beautiful. I love it. It's just so good. So yeah, we basically have to be careful. There are these floating platforms here that drop. Unfortunately, some of them in the middle of the level, coming right up, actually, they fall faster, so I have to jump a little bit preemptively. So I have to be a little bit careful, or rather, here. There we go. You can actually miss the jump there and fall down, so, you know, even though the, you know, pit exploit, I guess, where you jump, even though you fall onto a pit, it doesn't necessarily work as well there. Like, it can save you, but it's not the saving grace, as it were, with the pits, so, you know. It's fine. I didn't grab that for some reason. Oh boy. No, I don't think I will. Let's go. End of the level. Okay. He also says, Lilo, stay there. That's so funny. It's like, okay, I'll stay at the end of the level if you want me to. Sure. Okay, so now we got the Gantu fight. This is the final level. You might say, okay, so is this boss fight any good? Surely. It's a chase level. I'm sorry. I just, like, you know, you'd think that, okay, it would be a boss fight or something. Surely. It's a chase level, and it's pretty average. You know, we just kind of jump. We try not to get hit. So now, the perspective changes. Gantu's on that side. He can definitely shoot us, so I have to be a bit careful. Let me see if I can do the thing here. Oh, shoot. Yeah, you can actually fall in there if you don't stand in the correct spot. Okay, alright. I'm gonna go normal way, because Gantu is being a bit of a pain right now. Yeah, his aiming is, like, really good, so here we go, time. Okay. And that's it. That's Disney's Lilo and Stitch. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I guess I gotta give a few quick shout-outs. First of all, shout-outs to Violin for initially telling me to pick up this game, because it started out as a meme that, you know, they were trying to find a lot of obscure PS1 Crash Bandicoot clones, like bad games, and this game was actually shown, and or rather, people talked about it, and I thought, hey, why not? I'll go ahead and pick it up. And it's a really fun speedrun. If you want to obviously join the Lilo and Stitch speedrunning Discord, speedrun.com, Disney's Lilo and Stitch. Lots of great guides. There's also a lot of stuff. A lot of people actually run this on PS1 emulator. There's also loadless timer and stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, you know, speedrun.com. So yeah, I think that's all for me. And enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you very much, Tony. Before you go anywhere, we've got a donation for you coming in from Yowie69, who
Oh.
says, "Good luck to all the runners at BSG Online 9, especially Tony, because he really, really needs it. Why did you fall in the water, Tony?" Thank you very much for that, and we'll be setting up for the next run, so don't go anywhere.